Ah, that's good. Oh my goodness. It is really nice to see friendly faces, even if you're virtual. Still wonderful. The sun is out here. I'm finding things to be grateful for. Um, and this week, we are going to have a practice that really focuses on breath work. So, for those of you who have been working with me for a really long time, you know that when I do program planning, it's a combination of what you need and what I need. Often we lean heavily into what I need, and that's what today is about. I had a real banger of a week, folks. Last weekend, Dan was recovering from COVID, and I was like, yay, he's gonna be better soon and everything's gonna be awesome. And then I was in a car accident. I'm fine, a little banged up, but I'm fine. But my car was not. And so and there's no rental cars in Nova Scotia because there were so many accidents. So I've been kind of dealing with that fun situation. And on top of it, I had to also go and you probably can't see because I'm not right up to the camera, but I have a scar on my face because I'm managing a little bit of skin cancer. So it's been one of those weeks, and that's fine too. Everything's good. But I share that with you because it's been one of those weeks where I had those moments where I felt very out of control. Well, definitely in a car accident. By the way, I didn't hit anyone. I have snow tires. I did great, but it was like a six-car pileup. And throughout all of these different moments in the week, I just kept reminding myself, all I can do is breathe. And then I spiraled through all of these different breath techniques because in those moments when I'm going, all I can do is breathe, I'm going, that's not helpful. So today we're going to just do some gentle postures and we're going to work through just some really great breath techniques that I reminded myself of countless times this past week. So I want to share them with you, and I hope you never have a need to have to pull these in from your emergency toolkit. But if you do, that's what's going on. So I want to start today with a quote. And I will tell you as well, I have a little towel here because we're going to be doing some work on our knees. You could also just flip your mat over, or you could use a cushion, but otherwise we should be fine. So let me read you this first quote, which I love. And it's from Ilse Mindorf. And Ilse says, just a simple thought is capable of changing the breathing pattern. And that was so much of my life. All of these things were happening around me, which caused thoughts, which caused my breath to become shallow or rapid or stop. So we always have a choice to make. You can change the thought or you can change your breath. And sometimes one choice is easier than the other. So today, let's use a lot of both. Starting in our kind of reflective grounding posture here, sitting on the floor, I want you to think to this past week, to a moment that was wonderful, something that you feel gratitude towards. I actually have lots, even though it was a banger of a week. I have lots of things that I want to focus on. So do that because when we bring in a positive thought, our brain doesn't know the difference between thinking and real life. It's all the same to your brain. You have the same chemical responses. So shoulders up, back and down, chest is proud, maybe palms are up. Soften through your face. Lots of deep breath. And as you sink into your practice, think about something that was wonderful, that brought you joy. Maybe you brought someone joy and you saw it and you felt it. But whatever it was, relive that in your brain, relive that in your heart. And notice how those joyful memories, those positive memories, those experience of gratitude dance perfectly with the breath. And as you're sitting here, and we're going to sit for a few more moments, notice if any other thoughts are poking through, are negative thoughts crawling their way in. If they are, notice them, just gently push them back. Not now. Maybe later, but maybe not. Few more moments. Notice how your body feels. And then let's open the eyes, sweep the arms up, reaching for the sky, wiggle your fingers. Stretching out to the sides, bring the shoulder blades together. And let your arms gently drop down behind with fingertips just touching the floor. I'm going to bring one arm up, lengthening, pulling, stretching, and then just gently reaching over the midline of the body, just creating space. Coming all the way up, reach, reach, reach. Come down, other side. Reaching here and slowly crossing over the midline of the body. Coming all the way back up, reaching and bringing that arm down. Just gently roll the shoulders. So I'm rolling back and then rolling forward. Good. So I want to start with our first bit of pranayama, so our breath work. And if this position or the position that you're sitting in is feeling like garbage, hop in a chair or stand. This is really about breath work. I'm comfortable here because I've got a block under my butt, and this is okay for me. But I'm not you, you're not me. So you do what is right for you. This is a 3-part breath, and I'm going to place one hand across the top of my chest. And the other hand, pardon me, I've got my thumb kind of along the bottom of the ribs. So my other hand's kind of on my belly. So think about this actually as where your solar plexus chakra is, right? Your kind of center of physical and emotional strength. And my other hand is kind of sitting around the heart. But we're doing this because I want you to think of your lungs in 3 sections. So top, middle, and lower. So when you take a full deep breath, you can actually feel some movement low down in your sides. Your lungs are big. It's like most of you are probably old enough to remember milk bags. So think about 2 milk bags. That's the kind of size of your lungs. That's pretty big. So what we're going to do is our first breath, and we're going to kind of take just a gulp in. The first breath is going to fill the top of the lungs. Then we're going to breathe in again, middle, and then a third time, bottom. So we're going to pull in the breath in these 3 kind of sucks. And then we're going to slowly let it out. And this is meant to bring some control to the breath, but it also helps us remember just how deep the breath should be. So let's start together. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, slowly out. And I get a little bit dramatic with it. I kind of fold forward as I let it out. Coming up, inhale, 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 and out. Breathing in and in and in and out. Breathing in and in and in and out. Breathe in and in and in and out. Last time, breathing in and in and in and out. Roll your shoulders back. We're going to come onto the hands and knees. So bring your fingers wide apart and press your palms into the floor like you would for down dog, kind of creating that nice kind of suction to the floor. Knees are underneath your hips and the tops of my feet are pressing onto the mat. Take a moment here, just let your breath settle and pull your core in so it's activated, just protecting the low back. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow, a little bit of exploration. So again, breathe in slowly and deeply as the head lifts. Keep breathing. Breathe a bit more. Exhale. Slowly let the air out, rounding the back. And when we're rounding the back, the head and the tail are tucking under. Inhale slowly up. Keep breathing, keep breathing. A little bit more. Exhale. Grounding. Breathing up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more here. Breathing in and up. And exhale. Good. And just come to a nice flat back. From here, step a foot back, press into the toe base. Enjoy that stretch through the calf muscle. I kind of go back and forth. Just be mindful you don't want to trigger muscle cramp. Those are not fun. I'm not plagued by them, but every once in a while I do have one. And I'm laughing because I can really remember the last time I had one in the middle of the night and I was literally shouting at myself saying, breathe, breathe. Let's switch to the other leg. See, I can be very, I can be very wise and calm when I'm on the mat. I mean, trust me, this is my wise and calm mode. But the minute, at the minute I step off the mat, it is truly an experience of running with scissors at all times. Awesome. Okay, let's bring our knees just slightly apart. Toe knuckles come together and make your way back. So I'm pushing back now, and just take your time. We're going to move into a child's pose, but take your time. Stretch through the back. Stretch through your arms. Let the hands reach forward. So as you finally get down into your child's pose, I want you to again really focus on the breath. This can be a posture where lungs are kind of compacted and constricted. And we can feel uncomfortable, which will really alter how we're breathing. That allows the mind to kind of go into monkey mode. So you're just kind of all over the place. So focus on the breath intentionally, deeply in and out. Think about breathing through your back, breathing through your sides. And we'll hold for about 5 more breaths. Good. Tighten through your core. We're going to pull the hands back, and we're going to move right into one of my favorite little flows for pulling energy in. So as we lift up, bring your shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to go slowly the first time. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. So think about kind of pulling all of this beautiful energy in, and then we jam it right into the heart center, which is our center of compassion. And remember, it's not just compassion for others, it's compassion for yourself. So this is me today, pulling it all in. So pull that into your heart center. Good. Then we do a little bit of a scoop of energy, and we bring it up to third eye, right? Our center of knowledge and wisdom. Again, I feel like I need some more time here. Then we are going to bring the hands up. So it's almost like we're kind of doing that one last sweep up. And this is where we tap into the crown, which is kind of floating above the head. That's our connection to the universe and all the things that we don't understand. For me this week, why don't people have snow tires? That's what I didn't understand. So we do that, and then we're going to kind of wash ourselves with that beautiful energy. And as we do that, we're going to bring our hands forward, flip the toes, and then just floating up and back into a downward facing dog. Then slowly sinking down to the hands and knees and back into your child's pose. Okay, so we're going to go through that 3 or 4 times. So funny, I found this old hoodie in my cupboard, and it's really cozy. And I'm like, why don't I wear this for my practice? And I'm like, oh yeah, huge hood that falls over my head. Thank you, third eye. All right, so let's start in the child's pose. We're going to move through this together. So get that breath nice and deep. Pull the hands back as you lift up. Bring energy to the heart. Third eye. Crown, and really kind of open up here. Hands forward, flip the toes, downward dog. Few breaths. Back to the hands and knees, back to the child's pose. 3 deep breaths. Pulling the hands back, lifting up, heart for compassion, third eye for knowledge, crown for connection, up and back to down dog. Let your head hang for a few moments. Sinking down back to your child's pose. See if you can get closer to the floor. 3 breaths. Pull the hands back, lifting up through the chest, hands to the heart, compassion. Third eye wisdom. Crown for connection. Downward dog. And last time through, back into a child's pose. Loading up, chest is proud, hands to the heart. To the third eye. To the crown. And up and back to down dog. And then slowly back to the hands and knees. And just walk your way back. So we're going to move into the hero, which is what we do when we sit on our heels like this. And now we're going to move into a wonderful way to practice calming the breath. So we're going to have our breath as our ultimate focus. And to do that, we're going to play around with the monkey god pose. So I do have a little towel just for my knees. And the monkey god posture is one that involves quite a bit of balance. And the only way you can do it is to lead with your breath. The benefit of the posture and why it's called the monkey god is because think about monkey mind, right? Like when your brain's just going all over the place and everything's feeling chaotic, and you are going to fall over in those modes. That's how life works. So by controlling the breath, by focusing on the breath, we bring a sense of calm and ability that we don't have otherwise. And we'll be able to experience that through the monkey god. So come on onto your knees on whatever you have available to you. And to come into this posture, let's just start first with a little bit of work in a lunge, just to get the hips open in case they're a little bit tight today. So I'm going to bring my left foot forward. Doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you like. So this is just our standard lunge. And from here, I'm going to start to lower down and just bring my hands to the floor. I love this posture because I rest my knee in my armpit. And for whatever reason, that feels really comfortable to me. From here, I'm going to flip my back toes. And I'm just going to pop that leg up. So you can stay here if you like. You could bring both hands together. And just bend the elbows a little bit, just a little bit of kind of exploration. And if you've got both hands together on that opposite side of the front foot, I'm going to leave the outer hand in place and the inner hand. I'm going to reach up and add a side twist while I keep pressing through that back heel. And keep breathing, right? Even though we're twisted, we can still find a way to breathe. Let's bring the hand down. Let's bring the knee down. Uncurl the toes on that back foot. Lift up to the knee. Chest is proud. I'm going to leave one hand on that bent forward leg. My other arm is going to come up. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And then I'm going to cross the midline. Keep breathing here. Balance is not easy. Just breathe and feel that stretch. And then bringing my hand down, maybe both hands. I'm going to bring that front leg back. I'm going to come back up to my knees, and then I'm going to bring my other foot forward. All right, once you're feeling grounded, let's come back down. So now we're on the other side. Again, my knee is comfortably in my armpit. Lots of deep breath here. I'm going to flip my toes under and just popping up that back leg. And I think I will bring my hands together on the far side of the mat and just a little bend in the elbow as I kind of play around with this posture. I'm going to get my breath nice and deep. And then I'm going to bring the inside hand and arm up, enjoying a twist, enjoying that space I can create, and breathing the whole time as deeply as possible. I'm going to bring my hand down. My knee is going to drop back to the mat. I'm going to find my way up to this 90-90 with the legs. I'm going to bring a hand to rest on that thigh. The other arm comes right up into the air. Deep breaths here, tucking the tail under. And crossing over the midline. Breathe while you kind of notice how this stretch feels. Good. And releasing. And find your way back to two knees together. With that little bit of opening and a little bit of breath work, we're going to approach the monkey god now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my left foot forward, and I want to land my heel on the floor. So it's a straight forward leg. Now, if you have a block, you could definitely balance with the block beside you. I want to challenge myself to really use my breath to achieve balance today. So immediately when you come into this posture, I want you to think about a proud chest. So your chest is lifted, tail is tucked. Really ground into that heel on the front foot. And if you want to flex your foot, that's not a bad idea. Soften through your shoulders, and your arms can be wherever you want, maybe on the, maybe your hands are on your hips. Mine are kind of just here holding space, literally holding space. Notice how wobbly you are, and that's what this posture is. It's about motion. Now deepen your breath. Think about a long, slow breath in and a long, slow breath out. By controlling the breath, you're controlling your thoughts, you're controlling everything. And as you start to wobble, don't hold the breath. Breathe more deeply. Okay, I want you to breathe deeply while you raise one arm up. Don't hold the breath. If it feels comfortable, keep breathing deeply while you bring the other arm up. Lengthening, getting taller, reaching for the sky, breathing, breathing, breathing. And then slowly bring your hands down to the mat. And we're going to soften here. This is not a perfect forward fold. Just soften. And use the breath to find softness. And then just bring your hands to the other side, sweep that leg around, and drop back to the hero. And just close your eyes, breathe, and just relax for a moment. Good. Let's start working on the other side. So back up to the knees, bring the other foot forward, landing on your heel. So deepen that breath as you start to find find that balance between wobbling and comfortably controlling the situation with the breath. Check in with yourself quickly. How are you feeling? Is this frustrating? Do you feel like you're a warrior? Feel like you need a coffee? All of those things are valid. Now, if you're feeling like you can really breathe deeply through the discomfort and through the uncertainty of lack of balance, then start to bring an arm up into the air. If it feels safe, do that with the other side. Keep that breath going. Slowly bring the hands forward and find the mat. Enjoy a deep stretch. And then releasing. Sink back into your hero. If this is not comfortable, you can come into a child's pose and just close the eyes, reflect for a moment. How did that feel? All right, let's go through one more round. This time I'm going to introduce some different things that you can try. They're only suggestions. If you don't want to try this, you don't have to. There is enough of a challenge in learning to breathe through the wobbles. And the minute we start to feel unstable, our natural response is to hold the breath and to tense. But in a position like monkey god, you actually need a little bit of fluidity in order to not crumble. We need to remain agile so we are not brittle. The breath is that bridge. So let's come on back up to the knees and choose a side. deepen the breath, find your peace in this posture. Now you can do a few extra pieces here. You can engage through the core, you can tuck the tail a little bit. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to start to reach for my big toe. And then I'm going to start to open up to the side. Keep that breath going. And I'm going to release my arm, release from the foot, come up. And I'm going to bring both arms up into the air. Beautiful stretch. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen all the breath. Hands to the heart and releasing back into a hero. Good. Think about that for a moment. Challenging, right? But when we are really using an active breath and focusing on the active breath, things become way more possible. Let's do the other side. So lifting back up onto our knees, planting a heel forward. Lots of deep breath. So I'm lengthening here through the core. I'm tucking the tail nice and tight through the core, I should say. My legs are also nice and tight too, although I wouldn't say that that's a nice sensation right now. If it's comfortable, you can move towards that big toe. And if you're deeply breathing, you could try opening up to the side. Don't hold the breath. And I'm going to release that, bring the hands to the heart, and then reaching up to the sky. Huge breath here. Bringing the hands to the heart, sweeping that knee around. Excellent work. Okay. So let's move up to a standing posture. We're gonna have a thirst for my tea now after that. Good. Let's just take a moment and just gently twist. Again, enjoy a deep breath. And relax. Good. So we're going to come into the tree pose now. And this is a posture that I've chosen because it's familiar, it's comfortable, and most of us feel pretty grounded in it. You will have the option to do the first position of the tree, which I hate, but you could do it. The first position, maybe hate's a strong word, but for me, maybe not. This is like my hardest yoga postures. First position of the tree, that foot to the ankle, not my friend. Or you could do second position of the tree, which is foot beneath the knee, not on it. So we're going to come into a position, first or second of the tree pose. And then we're going to do some breath work. And I'm going to try really hard to talk you through the breath work while holding the posture. And if I just cannot do that, I'm going to talk you all through it. So what we're going to be doing is a deep inhalation, so deep breath in, and then exhaling. And we're going to start on a count of 4. So our exhale will be for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll breathe in. And then we're going to exhale for 5. And then we're going to exhale for 6. And then we're going to exhale for 7. And then we're going to exhale for 8. And your legs are going to be talking back. If you need to, just drop a foot down, take a break, come back up. But I want you to try and kind of multitask this a little bit and just see what is possible. So let's do it once together, not with the tree pose. Just feet under hips, shoulders back, tuck the tail, nice and tight through the core. Neck is long. So take a breath in. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe in. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale and relax. Good. Okay. Choose whichever leg, choose whichever version 1 or 2. I'm coming up to 2. Hands, I recommend closer to the heart or just gently at the sides. Keep the chest lifted and proud. And remember, the deeper the breath in, the easier it is to sustain that long exhalation. So let's begin. Breathing in and out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in, stay tall. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Legs are shaky. Breathe in. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe and release. Wide stance. Sweep up. Exhale, swan dive. Come into a ragdoll, kind of lazy, just hanging here. Moving around, finding some relief. Rolling all the way up. I guarantee if we had have just stayed in tree pose that entire time without focusing on the breath, it would have felt a lot worse. Let's move to the other side, and good work for even trying this. So again, choose kind of first or second position. Make sure your shoulders are down, chest is proud. And when you're ready, let's start with a deep breath in. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale deeply. Keep breathing in, keep breathing in, keep breathing in. Exhale, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in as deeply as you can. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release, sweeping up. Exhale, ragdoll down. And just gently moving around. And then rolling up bit by bit by bit. Good work. All right. I'm going to invite you to come back down to the mat. And we're going to come into the cow face pose as we work through some box breathing, which is something that I really, really like to do. And I've done a lot of it this past week because box breathing, while that exhale on the count getting longer and longer, I find it a really good way to focus and challenge myself. It's like a discipline. But box breathing for me is where I get to an absolute place of calm. And for box breathing, I'll explain it now because then we'll get into the posture and we'll do it together. Box breathing, I see it as a box, like a square. So you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, you exhale for 4, and then you hold for 4. So the kind of weird mind state that you get into is around that in between. So not inhaling, not exhaling, just holding. And it gets you to a place of vulnerability, but then it allows you to feel like you got this, if that makes sense. Okay. So we're going to do this in the bottom part of cow face pose. If that sucks for you, find another posture that works. So to come into cow face pose, I'm going to step a leg over. So I've got one leg extended, the other one steps over. The leg that is extended, I'm going to pull around behind. And then I'm going to wiggle my way in so that I have one knee on top of the other. Now, I have intentionally selected a posture that's going to bring sensations of not pain, but discomfort, right? This is a tight posture. We haven't done this for a long time. I don't know if you're all doing cow face pose in your free time, but hips are tight for good reason, but hips are tight and this can be challenging. So if you're not quite here, or if it's not feeling like you can focus on something else while you endure this posture, then switch into either cross-legged or again, sit on a chair, do whatever's comfortable for you. Otherwise, I'm going to invite you to rest your hands. So whichever knee is on top, opposite hand, and then other hand on top, shoulders up, back, and down. Try and engage through the core. Try and keep the chest open so shoulder blades are together. Maybe the chin is a little bit lifted. Soften through your face. And let's start our box breathing. So I invite you to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Last time. In for 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe normally. Hands behind the back. Release your legs. A little bit of a bounce. Notice quickly how you feel. You're probably getting a nice little hit of endorphins after releasing cow face pose. And that should be mixed in with a little bit of serotonin and dopamine. Should be a pretty nice combo. Okay, cow face pose on the other side. Leg extended. I'm going to step my knee over, pull a leg behind, tuck the other leg on top, sinking in. And again, you can place your hands opposite sides, other hand on top. Take a couple of breaths as you wiggle into your posture. Acknowledge the discomfort, and then shift the focus to that box that we're going to be creating. Let's begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Slowly in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out for 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Last round. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe it all out, 2, 3, 4. And with nothing, hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, release the posture, bounce the legs, and come on down to the back. Bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Rest your hands on your tummy. And just take a moment to do a little bit of a windshield wiper action here. Moving the knees from side to side. Just releasing a little bit of tension from the posture. And the knees up to the tummy if you can, arms out to the sides, bent at the elbows like a cactus. And we'll do a spinal twist. So we're going to lower our legs to one side, the head and shoulders push in the opposite direction. Lots of deep breath here. Again, think about the breath as being the invitation to the body and the mind to relax. Back to center, and then we switch sides. And then move back to center. You can pull your knees into the tummy if that feels good, or you can move right into whatever posture you love for Shavasana. And this is where I sit up so that I don't fall asleep. So stretch out while we do a little bit of a review of today's practice. So as you're softening into the mat, I'll just run you through kind of, we started with that 3-part breath. Then we used the breath to focus us to allow for balance. We then moved to combining a balanced posture with that really disciplined long exhalation, which gets us into a state of relaxation. And then we moved into that box breath, which is a really neat kind of discipline. And because there's accounting for it, and in my mind, I see that image of the box, it really makes the rest of the world go away. And it brings me to a space of calm, acceptance, and just really a good space to live in. So I hope with all of those, there's something that you connected with today. Again, I know that I programmed this for myself, but I'm really glad that I accompanied. And as you continue to rest on your mat, I want to leave you with a final quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, who said so wisely, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." So as you breathe, reflect on those words and experience peace. You're feeling comfortable and you want to stay in your Shavasana for longer, that's up to you. If you're ready to move out of your practice, take a big stretch, wiggle your fingers and toes, pull your knees into your tummy, and give yourself a big stretch or a big hug. All that breath work has me forgetting my words. Ah. Then when you're ready, move to a seated posture. And as you sit here now, notice if the breath is flowing in a different way. bring our hands together in front of the heart and allow me to express my sincere gratitude. Thank you for letting me share a little bit of my of my banger of a week that I had with you. Thank you for joining me in a practice that was really pretty much designed for myself, but it was a reflection on what has supported me and helped me and nurtured me, especially through the challenge of this last week. I wish you all an amazing week ahead. I'm wishing that for myself too, full disclosure. And I can't wait to reconnect next week. And if you have needs and if you have stuff that you want to see in a practice, please shoot me a message. It's not all about me all the time. Namaste and thank you.